See.
You know, when playing against a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, it is pretty normal to concede 3 goals and be eliminated in the Champions League, right? Except it isn't if most of the goals could have been avoided. Atletico Madrid were really unrecognizable yesterday, and it's fairly because of the tactics Diego Simeone used for this game. He got it all wrong in my opinion, and here is why. Let's start with the starting 11. He went with the 4-4-2 traditional, typical, pretty much the same formation he used during the first leg. But there is a difference because this time there's no Diego Costa, and since they couldn't have Diego Costa, they put in Morata. It's fine, but in this kind of games, in my opinion, they didn't need Morata at all. Diego Costa was impactful. During the first leg, anytime Atletico Madrid was going forward, Diego Costa will use his body to overtake the Juventus defense. If you don't have a physical player going forward, you don't play Morata to replace him, because when you have Griezmann and Morata together, there's no physicality going forward. There's a little bit of technique with Antoine Griezmann, but Morata doesn't offer much going forward, and if you're not going to fit in balls, then it's pretty much useless. What they should have done, in my opinion, is go for a 4-5-1 formation and maybe put Griezmann up front and all the rest of the players in the midfield and the defense. Or maybe a 5-4-1. That could have been more effective, troubling Juventus going forward, and even defensively it would have helped Atletico better. But the formation wasn't the only issue. The issue with the Atletico Madrid defense is that they could not help but let Juventus do whatever they wanted in their defense. I mean, look at the first goal. The first goal was pretty much avoidable. Look at how Cristiano Ronaldo is by himself on that right side. Ron Front is not even marking him. I don't even think he knows Cristiano is right behind him. How can you forget about a player like Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch? He is by himself. That would be fine if it was the only problem Atletico Madrid had that day. The other problem they had, they could not stop Juventus player from crossing the ball. They have Cristiano Ronaldo and Mandzukic in your box, and you cannot stop them from crossing the ball. The first goal came from a cross from Bernardeschi. You can see how defenders don't even try stopping him from crossing that ball. How is that even possible? This is another image of Ronaldo crossing the ball for Mandzukic. There were 2 players on Cristiano Ronaldo and none of them could stop him from crossing the ball. How is that possible? And this was in the second half. So they went to the locker room at halftime, and Diego Simeone didn't even tell them to stop them from crossing the ball. He didn't even see the problem. He didn't stop them from being as dangerous as they were in the first half. How is that possible? And this is another example. This is a Pjanic ball during a free kick, and this is another Mandzukic header. And as you can see here, there's 2 Atletico players marking no one, and there's only one marking Mandzukic, and he's doing it from the back. He is behind Mandzukic trying to mark him. How are you going to stop Mandzukic from heading the ball if you are marking him from behind? It doesn't make any freaking sense to me. And then you have the second goal. The second goal is just the same thing. Joao Cancelo is just crossing the ball, is arranging the ball, crossing it with no one even troubling him. And then you have Ron Fran and Diego Godin in the box, Cristiano Ronaldo in the middle of both of them, and none of them could anticipate the cross and stop the ball from reaching Cristiano Ronaldo. And to be fair, it happens fairly often, so I'll blame the person who didn't stop Cancelo from crossing that ball, because they have been dangerous throughout the whole game with headers and crosses, yet no one is stopping them from crossing the fucking ball. How is that? Oh my god. But it's not all. Atletico Madrid actually tried to attack after conceding 2 goals, but then when they attack, they go all in and leave spaces, and you have this Moise Kean all by himself on that left side. And this should have been a goal. They didn't concede here, but then they left another space, big space for Bernardeschi to go and create this chance that got them the penalty. So the thing with Atletico Madrid is that they either try a complete defensive approach and they fail at it, or they try a complete offensive approach and they fail at it. And then when you have a Cristiano Ronaldo and Mandzukic up front, and even a Bernardeschi, then you get punished because your team is just not good enough. And I've been praising Diego Simeone ever since with everything he's done with Atletico Madrid. That's why I'm so mad that with a game like this, he would mess up so badly that they will concede 3 avoidable goals. You're going to play away against Juventus, a team that's really aggressive in their own stadium. They rarely lose in the stadium. And you come in, you play a balanced formation, but you don't play a balanced game. You play a 4-4-2, which means you're coming into that game to at least try to attack. But then you don't try to attack at all. You defend throughout the whole game, but when you defend, you don't even tell your players to be aggressive while defending. They don't stop crosses, they are not marking players properly, and then you concede 3 goals and you get eliminated like this. Why? I know I shouldn't care, because the thing is, when people qualify fair and square like Juventus did, they deserve their qualification. So I'm not mad, because they deserve it. They really came in with the right mentality. But then when you watch the Champions League, you expect to watch games that are tactically correct. You expect both teams to play their best game and see the best win. But I just think Juventus really benefits from the fact that Atletico Madrid were so bad yesterday that they really allowed Juventus to just come and do whatever they wanted. Anyway, congratulations to Juventus and Cristiano Ronaldo once again proving that he's one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. But we'll see how it goes for them going forward, and I'll be here discussing whatever happens next for them and other teams in the Champions League. Thank you as always for watching. If you like this, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and I really appreciate that. As for me, I was Fred, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching our channel. If you like our content, show us some love by hitting the like button and hit the subscribe button to keep up with any further content.